Hello everyone, welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. According to a CBC report, a rockfall occurred at Whistler Peak on Wednesday morning, marking the third time debris has fallen from the mountain this year. A local resident witnessed the slide around 8 a.m., noting he heard the rumble before seeing the rocks fall. Fortunately, the affected area at the Whistler Blackcomb Resort was already closed to the public, and no injuries were reported. Vail Resort spokesperson Dane Gergovich confirmed there is no risk to guests or staff. Essential infrastructure, including the nearby suspension bridge and viewing platform foundations, remains undamaged. Officials believe the rockfall consists of hang fire. Unstable rock fractured during a medium-sized slide on March 12th, which is now shifting due to rising temperatures and melting snow. A geotechnical assessment is currently underway to evaluate the stability of the slope and monitor for potential larger failures. Geologists from Simon Fraser University noted that such follow-up debris falls are common and expected after major rock slides. Experts have previously linked the region's increasing rock movements to climate change-induced warming, which accelerates deglaciation and permafrost degradation. According to a report by City News Everywhere, a collision between a vehicle and a Toronto Transit Commission (TTC) bus on Wednesday afternoon has sent 4 people to the hospital and resulted in charges against an elderly driver. Toronto police stated that the crash occurred near Eglinton Avenue East and Danforth Road at approximately 1:30 p.m. At least 4 passengers suffered minor injuries and were transported to a local hospital for treatment. Following an initial investigation, the 80-year-old female driver of the passenger vehicle involved was charged with careless driving. The exact circumstances leading up to the collision remain under investigation. This incident marks the second time this week that a TTC transit bus has been involved in a traffic accident in Toronto. On Monday, 13 people were hospitalized with minor injuries following a collision between 2 TTC buses in North York. City officials and transit authorities continue to emphasize safety on the city's roadways. According to a report by CTV News, the British Columbia Securities Commission (BCSC) has fined Multi-Metal Development Limited $15,000 for submitting a false or misleading technical report. Multi-Metal, formerly known as American Kumo Mining Corporation, filed the report in November 2019. The BCSC panel found that the document contained the electronic signature of a qualified engineer, referred to as H. Despite the company knowing that H had refused to consent to its filing, the executive director of the BCSC had pushed for a higher fine of $30,000, arguing that the company sought to minimize the misconduct and quickly reinstated its former CEO, Sean Methvin Dykes, after a brief suspension. Although the company argued against any penalty following Dykes' death in December 2025, the BCSC panel ruled that the board of directors still bears oversight responsibility. While the panel noted there was no evidence of direct harm to investors, it imposed the $15,000 administrative penalty and issued an order prohibiting trading in the company's shares until the fine is paid. The company remains subject to an ongoing cease trade order for other filing failures. According to City News Everywhere, a Langley RCMP officer has been charged following a vehicle collision in 2025. Dennis Miano Maini faces 2 counts of dangerous driving causing bodily harm. The charges stem from an incident on June 1, 2025, when a marked police cruiser operated by Maini collided with a Hyundai Elantra at the intersection of Fraser Highway and 206th Street around 2:30 a.m. The crash injured the officer as well as the driver and passenger of the civilian vehicle. All 3 were hospitalized. Following an independent review of the medical evidence, the Independent Investigations Office of BC submitted its findings, leading to the charges. Maini is scheduled to appear in court on June 22nd. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.